Hey,
Hey,
you threw me off with the name.
we did it, Barrington. We did it.
We did it.
We meet again. We meet again.
Um, Hampton. It said Hampton Chocolate Factory.
Yes, that's a hobby business, a little family business out here in the Hamptons. My kids are working there now. They're in the Hampton Chocolate Factory, and we serve up the best ice cream sandwiches in America, dipped in pure milk or dark chocolate. It's pretty epic.
Well, I don't believe you, Evan, simply because I don't remember receiving any
Gift?
samples. I don't remember anything
Yeah,
coming up to the CSE, and truly, the customer is always right. So, um,
you're
I,
right.
ex-
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
I'll send you a box. I mean, it is summer, so shipping chocolate in the summer is always tricky. Why don't you just come out to the Hamptons and
You know
you can
what? That's a great idea. Why don't
yeah.
I do that? For our audience, thank you for listening and for joining. I'm here with Evan Gappelberg, CEO of NexTech AR, happily accepted by the CSE to be listed on the CSE. And you know, they have a great story from inception to March when we did our last interview to today. So we just wanted to catch up, see what's going on. Markets have been active and the world has been somewhat crazy. But before we get started, one, how's the family and how are you guys doing?
The family's great. Thanks for asking. We're doing great. How's your family and how are you guys doing over at the CSE, Barrington?
Thanks for asking. Family is good. Kids have started their summer.
Right.
It's
No camp.
sure.
You know.
Yeah, they're doing summer school, and some of the facilities are starting to open up. Um, as far as the stock exchange, it is full steam ahead. You know, knock on wood.
Right.
It's been busy. We are getting a lot of inquiries. Different sectors are opening up. We just had a fantastic investing in psychedelics seminar. I think it was
Psychedelics.
Psychedelics. So
Magic
that was hosted by our
mushrooms.
very own Anna Sarin, along with Anil Mal. So
Are we
if you're
talking
listening, check. What's that?
magic? We're talking magic mushrooms
We're
and
talking magic mushroom, psilocybin, um,
other
all
stuff.
of those.
All the stuff that we were told as kids. No, no, don't go,
Well, we're
don't
still
go near
telling
it.
you no, no,
No, no.
unless it's under,
Well, I'm not a
uh,
kid anymore, but
unless it's under medical supervision and you know the risks and the health and all of that.
but
So,
just so I'm clear, because I'm fascinated by what you just said. I think what I heard you say is that psychedelics have now gone mainstream and they're now going public as public companies. Like the guy who was dealing, the magic mushrooms is now CEO of a public company. I mean, is that what we're
it's
talking
not,
about? I
it's
love
not
it. Don't get me wrong. I'm just
No, it's not quite like that. It's still very early days. So,
okay.
um, like anything, sorry, I'm just going to adjust my camera. Whoops. Very early days, simply because, like anything,
Do I need to
like can't.
adjust mine? Is mine okay?
No, no. I just
Mine's
got
good. Okay.
one of our viewers was kind enough to let me know that my head was a bit cut off. I hope it's better now. Is my head better?
Your head
Uh,
is good. I mean,
I'm trying to slump down a little bit.
I can see
So,
your mic a little, but you look good.
well, thanks. I'm just trying to keep up with my guest. Um, so it's really early days, and like any industry, it's highly speculative. And like I said, Anna Sarin and Anil Mal, our West Coast team, just wanted to present the information, and so people can make informed decisions. And we're seeing a lot of interest. So it was time.
All right,
And
very cool.
and if you're listening, and you want to learn more about it, and I don't want to take away from NexTech AR, go to CSE TV on YouTube, and you can see the whole Investing in Psychedelics as well as interviews with the CEOs. And it was done in conjunction with CFN Media. So that's out of the way. CSE is good. We're busy, but let's talk about NexTech.
Yes, let us.
What is going on? First, what does NexTech do? If you're new and haven't been following, then shame on you. What does NexTech do?
Yes, shame on you, since we started out as a new listing. We'll start at the beginning, I guess, on the CSE. It was actually Halloween, October 31st, 2018. It's a 25-cent stock. The stock right now is trading at $6 per share. And so we've had a fantastic ride on the CSE. The CSE has been good to us, and we thank the CSE for getting us started, for sure. And so, NexTech started out as an augmented reality company, a technology company. One division. We now have 4 different divisions at NexTech, and they're all scaling, which is super exciting. And so, augmented reality is where our tech stack is. But what we've done is we've directed augmented reality into 3D AR advertising. So we built a whole advertising network, which we're now starting to sign up customers for and starting to scale. We have a whole web AR platform where we're now getting calls from major brands, talking, multi-billion-dollar home appliance companies that are saying, we want to turn our thousands of SKUs into 3D AR assets that are going to live on the web. How much would that cost? Now, in 2019, we were calling out to try and get business. In 2020, it's flipped a bit, where we're now getting calls. And, the pandemic has been awful for the tourism industry, for the travel industry. Even chocolate shops are struggling, but in the world of augmented reality and the world of 3D, it actually has turned into a boom for our business. And so, we're experiencing demand in the marketplace for our web AR, which, you don't need an app for. We also have an ARitize app, which is also getting a lot more traction in 2020 than in 2019. We're landing more and more deals. And that's a full-on AR experience, where you can walk through a portal into a 360-degree room. We just did a project for TELUS, which is a big telco company up in Canada. Yeah. We went in, we filmed, we used a 360 camera, we filmed the TELUS store downtown Toronto, and we created an AR experience where you could be Barrington in your home office and use our ARitize app, drop a virtual doorway, a portal, in your home, walk into it, and now you're in the TELUS store in downtown Toronto. And you're looking around, it's fully immersive, and there are products floating there that you click on, and you get an explanation of, all the features and function of that product. Ultimately, what TELUS wants to do is have basically the store in your pocket. You don't even have to go there anymore. Obviously, with COVID, these were kind of concept ideas, right? These were, the future. Now
we talked about this last time. You're talking science fiction and magic, and
yeah, exactly. Now it's bring it. Yeah,
it's commonplace.
Yeah, and with the same thing, by the way, we're doing the exact kind of same thing with Dell Computer. I mean, these are big brands. These are, multi-billion-dollar companies. And so for us to be engaged with them and doing projects for them this early on in our growth is really gratifying to the whole team at NexTech. We also just landed Bell Canada, which, again, in Canada, they're pretty big, right? You call them,
Yeah,
you know, right?
we've heard of them.
Yeah, we've heard of them. And so, you know, that's for our video conferencing virtual events platform, which is really growing very fast. So if you think of virtual events, you know, Zoom, this is kind of the Rolls-Royce version of a virtual event or a virtual conference, because not only is it fully customizable, but we have overlaid our entire technology stack, our augmented reality, onto this video conferencing platform that we just acquired. When you and I spoke last in April, we had not yet closed on this deal. We have since closed, and now the business is exploding.
One of our audience members wanted to see, is there samples of this or an example of this on YouTube or on your website?
Absolutely. You could go to NexTech and just look under our virtual events, and you'll see some samples. We're going to be updating. You know, everything is moving very, very quickly. You know, we had our first, you know, iteration of our presentation, and that now is in the final stages of the second iteration. We just acquired, again, this platform back April 30th. So what is that, 60 days? You know, right?
It feels like, yeah, time is irrelevant. I thought today was Tuesday.
Yeah, and
So,
our pipeline of potential deals, you know, these are not deals that have closed, but these are quotes that we have sent out, has now ballooned to $2 to $3 million, which, I mean, think about that. We just acquired the platform, we've integrated our tech, and we're now sending out, you know, quotes that total over $2 million, close to $3. And so some of those deals are going to land, obviously not all of them. But, you know, I mean, just to put that into perspective, for the entire 2019 year, this platform that we acquired did $1 million in revenue over 12 months. And now we're sending out quotes for, you know, almost triple that. So pretty significant growth. I mean, that's just in 60 days. We're just getting our feet under us. I think there's the potential for this to just be, you know, one of these runaway freight trains where, you know, like, hold on, you know, the business, there's just insatiable demand.
The last time we talked, you were saying how much your business grew.
Yeah.
From, you know, hundreds to thousands.
Yeah.
And you had to, I think you did another forecast for Q3. You have to readjust, or was it for Q4?
So, you know, if you look at, let's talk about Q1. In Q1, our revenue grew 177% to 2.5 million. Gross profit grew 267% to 1.3 million. And we had working capital of around 3.5 million. Everything is growing very, very fast. We just did a capital raise not that long ago. We now have almost $8 million in the bank. So, you know, for us, we're just spending that capital on hiring people. We've hired 5 new sales reps in the last month. We're interviewing like crazy, and we're continuing to expand our team into Europe. We just hired somebody in Europe who's going to be heading up our office in Paris, France. He's an experienced guy, and he's, you know, he's bringing big brands. So, you know, as we go forward in 2020, we're accelerating very rapidly. To be honest with you, 2021 is when all of the engines of our growth, you know, the 3D ad network, the e-commerce, the web AR, the video conferencing, you know, we're just getting our feet, we're just getting revenue under these businesses, and it's growing very fast. But 2021, I believe, is when it really, really accelerates. at a pace that'll just be eye-popping. I mean, the glasses that we talked about, Apple
Yep.
releasing, right? So Google just acquired a Canadian glass company. They acquired this company called North that makes AR glasses. And that was a $180 million acquisition for a company that had zero revenue, for a company that was on life support, right?
Right.
So that was just tech. That wasn't even like a business to speak of. So when you look at NexTech and you think of valuations, we're a business, we're estimating 15 to 20 million this year. That number could double again in 2021. And, we see nothing but blue skies.
Well, we will continue to support and to do things like this, and not only inform the current investors but also attract the new ones. If you're just joining us, I'm here with Evan Gappelberg, CEO of NexTech AR, listed on the CSE listed on the CSE. For more information, you can go to www.thecse.com. Also check out our social channels on Instagram, Canadian Exchange, and on YouTube, CSE TV or CSE_TV. One of the ways to get this is to subscribe. So make sure you click and subscribe. If you have questions, please put them in the question box. We'll try and get to it. There was somebody who asked about advertising, and I didn't quite see it because it scrolled up. So if you can either repeat the question or put it in the question box, we want to make sure. If we don't get to your questions, it's not because we don't like you or we're ignoring you. It's just that we're trying to cover some information. Put them in the question box or send us an email after to myself or Evan, and we'll make sure to answer. So.
Yeah, and I would just add, Barrington, that we're on the phone every day with Fortune 1000 companies, and it's very tricky, as a small company talking to the 800-pound gorilla. They have a
Yeah.
whole legal department. These are multi-billion-dollar companies. When we land a deal with the big, companies, they generally don't want us putting out a press release, right? So it's a very fine line. We try and keep our investors informed of our growth, informed of our success, because we want to share it with them. But there are limits to what we can say. And so, we just try and keep our investors as informed as possible. I mean, they ask a lot of questions. They want more and more and more. And we try and give them as much as we possibly can and be transparent. But some things, we just can't cross the line on. And so with the ad network, though, we're testing with major brands. And what's the way that business is driven, it's all, and I'm just going to talk about this for a second, if that's okay.
Yeah, no, please do.
Yeah. So the way if you think of ads, it's all about metrics, right? Everything has to be measurable. How much money am I putting in, and how much product am I selling? And then rinse and repeat, right? If I can get, right? So you just have to be able to make money. So we've done our own in-house testing on our vacuum cleaner market site, and we saw a 300% increase in conversions, which is huge, and it cost us less money than a 2D ad. And so, that's fine for us, and obviously, we're going to continue to do that. But when we talk to Samsung or we talk to Sony, they have different products, and every product's unique. And they have to go through the exact same process of testing our ad network against what they're currently using. So if you can imagine, they're doing a test. The test shows, let's just say, the same results. The amount of money that they will start, funneling into our network is in the many, many millions, and so that's
Right.
the play on the ad network, is that it's in the early days where everybody's testing it. Once the tests come back positive, which we believe they will, right? 3D versus 2D, there's no comparison. The floodgates open up. And so that's a whole nother business, by the way, that we haven't really started to reap the benefits of. Meaning the business is there, the tech stack is there, we're in the testing phase, and we expect that in Q4 of this year, those tests will turn into dollars, big dollars, and then 2021 and beyond, it just becomes another source of revenue for us that could scale very, very quickly. I mean, $100 million in spend on an ad network is not a lot of money.
No,
That's a
you're
small
right.
amount. Yeah.
What's your for potential new investors? What's your differentiator, and what separates you from the others in the AR space?
What separates us is pretty significant. There's really two things. One is that we're a diversified company, right? We're not a one and done company. We have multiple business segments. So you could think of that as multiple shots on goal, right? It's not like
Right.
you only get one at bat, right? If that doesn't work, take a seat. No, we have four different engines of growth. And so that's huge, right? So we're somewhat agnostic in the way that we direct our technology, whether it's web AR, whether it's an app, whether it's the video conferencing, whether it's the 3D AR ad network. Each one of those businesses is $1 billion opportunity. So you have $4 billion opportunities in one company. So that's one huge differentiator. The other thing is that you have a team of seasoned executives, meaning this isn't my first rodeo. Paul Duffy, it's not his first rodeo. Guillaume, we hired him from Norton. Before that, he was at Microsoft. Arnaud out of Paris, same thing. He came from Microsoft. So you have seasoned veterans. We're going to continue to add seasoned, experienced operators and business people. And so, that's a big differentiator. And then I guess the last thing is that, we really were and are, the pure play, augmented reality company where we have this augmented reality tech stack that's this end-to-end solution. So if you think about, we have these four business segments. Now, they might sound like four different businesses, but they actually play off of each other. You create the 3D AR asset with NexTech. That's the starting point. You pop it into a web AR experience, so you put it on your website.
Mm-hmm.
Then we take you into a 3D ad network, right? So now you're driving business, you're driving traffic to your website, right? Then you have our video conferencing platform where you could continue to use augmented reality. If you're a big company, you could take that same asset that you created, talk about it in a video, have someone scan the QR code, put it in their room. So it's this end-to-end solution with 360 degrees where there's all these different touch points, and each touch point really is another opportunity for us to generate dollars as a company, where once you come into our ecosystem, we're selling you augmented reality experiences that's being used in different ways, but it's the same asset that we created for you in the beginning. And so that's very unique that we were able to create our own ecosystem. I mean, it's kind of like Apple. Once you get into their ecosystem, right, you stay.
There's there are two ecosystems in this house. There's Apple, and then there's not Apple.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, my kids are in Apple world. Couple questions coming in about NASDAQ, and I don't know if you want to address that here or talk about it at another time. What I will say regarding NASDAQ is that we have CSE issuers who are applying for dual listings, and we have one who is currently dually listed on the NASDAQ and CSE. So
Yeah.
that's for our audience members if you're wondering about the compatibility and the synergies between the two
Yeah.
platforms.
So I would say with NASDAQ, stay tuned. There, stay
Yes,
tuned. Don't don't get up from your seat. Don't leave your screen.
that's
Stay
right.
tuned. Stay focused. NASDAQ is something that we have been very focused about. We've talked about, and stay tuned. I'm just going to leave it at that. I will also say, with our video conferencing platform, what's happened is, and this is just important to understand, is that you might think video conferencing is what we're doing, but that's only one little slice of it. This two-way communication. There's this whole university platform. Our platform really is a full-on tech stack of video conferencing software that can be built and used in pretty much any vertical. So we have, for instance, ed tech, education technology, where we're now doing a deal with Ryerson. I don't know if you know Ryerson University up in Toronto.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So Ryerson,
Shout out to James Black, our VP. So.
yeah, one of our customers. We're working on, others. I don't know, Dalhousie. There's a whole system up there's a whole university system, and we have a solution for them where we could create these augmented reality labs, augmented reality experiences. Universities, even in the United States, are contacting us and they're saying, we need a solution because the students are home. So it's not just the Zoom thing, right? This one-on-one. It's the one-to-many with universities and schools. Now let's talk about telemedicine. Telemedicine is a
Absolutely.
whole nother vertical. And guess what? Our platform works for that as well. Okay? It's just about, how many hours do I have in a day to build the interface. It's really the front end. The back end tech is there. The front end, meaning, what's the user experience? That's something that we have to build for each different vertical. So telemedicine is something we have not ignored. We're not ignoring. And there's an opportunity there. Virtual conferences, just think of Vegas, $150 billion worth of virtual conferences. That's the size of the market up for grabs. And then, you think
Wow.
of a product launch, Barrington, if you're a corporation and you have a product that you're trying to launch at a trade show, you can't do it anymore. So with our platform using augmented reality, you can do it like a legit product launch where you can pull the product out of the screen, put it in the room, and turn it around and interact with it. So it's really this incredible platform that we can direct in different areas, and it gives us, again, this leg up on the competition where Zoom is Zoom. It does what it does. They don't have a telemedicine capability that I'm aware of. Universities have kind of jumped on it, but it doesn't work very well for universities. They're using it because, what else was there to use, right? It was kind of a last resort, but they're not happy with it. And a lot of the reason is that it's wonky. When you start to get more people on the Zoom platform, it becomes like unstable. Also, everybody's read about, these hackers that come in and disrupt, so you can't do that on the Inferno AR platform. You cannot get in. The encryption is too good. You just can't hack it. It's like Fort Knox. You can't get in. In fact, just to drive that point home, NATO chose the Inferno AR platform.
No.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm not.
Every time I talk to you, it sounds like you're literally coming from the future. Sitting in Evan's body, going, "Yep, this is what's happening, and this is what we're going to do." And
Yeah.
That's fantastic. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off with NATO.
No, I'm just saying if it's secure enough for NATO, right? It's secure enough for, a university.
Um, Other questions that were rolling in. Do you feel that NexTech AR has first mover advantage in the AR space? And the second question, somebody would like an update on Samsung and Sony. If you're just tuning in, we've already talked about it. So what I would tell you to do is subscribe to CSE TV, where it will be coming later.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm
So
here
on
with Evan
Samsung,
Gappelberg, CEO of NexTech AR. So
yeah,
go ahead.
Samsung and Sony. I mean, there's really no update other than to say that our new hire out of Paris, is talking to them. So that's all. Yeah.
Um, this is the point of the conversation where I would ask, "What's on the horizon?" It seems this whole conversation has been the little bit about the past, some updates now, and the horizon is wide open.
Yeah.
Is
The
wide
horizon,
open.
it's wide open. In my mind, we are hyper focused, we're laser focused on building our business and turning it into a profitable cash flow generating juggernaut, right? That's our goal. Now, we want to have our tentacles out as broad as possible so that when Apple drops the AR glasses, when the world stops spinning for a half second and the glasses drop, I want NexTech to be something that we've created. I want that to be the first thing you see on the glasses, other than the Apple logo, which will probably be the first thing they show you. But we're working really hard to develop content and technology so that when the glasses come out, you're looking at NexTech content on the glasses. And to me, that's kind of the top of the mountain. That's kind of climbing Mount Everest, right? Where, we started out with an idea and then everybody on the planet's going to be wearing these glasses and everybody is looking at some NexTech experience that we created in a pair of AR glasses. Honestly, Barrington, I might call it quits after that. That might be enough, just enough for me.
Just a simple guy making chocolate.
That's it.
It all comes full circle. We're just approaching. Oh wow, we crossed the bottom part of the hour. Someone's been asking about June revenue and June numbers.
Yeah.
Um,
We've spoiled our shareholders by releasing like monthly numbers. As we get to be a bigger company, we're not going to be doing that so much. I mean, we might still do it occasionally here and there, but the reality is that we're going to report our quarterly numbers next month, and so we're probably just going to wait. Our business has gotten more complicated as we've made these acquisitions, and it could get more complicated still because we are looking at additional acquisitions. And any acquisition we make is revenue generating businesses that add value to NexTech. We're not just acquiring pure startups anymore. And so with all these different business segments, it's hard for our CFO and team to get all of the data points, the numbers together every month. Not to say we don't do it, but obviously we want to put out accurate information. So everything gets tweaked end of the quarter. Anyway, the point is no public company really does that. They don't do monthly revenue. We did that a couple of times. We might still do it. I'm not saying we're never going to do it again. I'm just saying
right.
August is our scheduled quarterly report, and that's what people should be focused on.
Now is the time. I'm going to get a little selfish. How do you think the CSE could use your tech?
Oh, I mean, there's tons. I mean, right now, what we're doing is great. The CSE can use our technologies for all their portfolio companies We could take, for instance, here's a great example. Our app ARitize is white label, right?
Yep.
So it could become the CSE app. And you can tell every CEO of every public company on the CSE
I'm
to
sitting
get it.
here like sitting here
No,
shaking.
it's super
Yes.
simple. You tell them to get a green screen. I have one right here in my office. I could literally pull it up. It's like an accordion, put it up behind me. They get a green screen, super simple, record themselves talking about their company, keep it under 3 minutes. You don't want, this long-winded thing, just short.
Yeah.
Send it to us, and we will turn them all into holograms. What does that mean? That means they go into this app, this white label app, the CSE app. You pick your company's CEO, you tap on it, you place him in the room. He's now standing there, full size, talking to you for 2-3 minutes about his business. And then you want to learn more? Click here, takes them to the website, and boom, done. What do you think of that?
Where do I sign? Where do I sign? No, that's fantastic. So the company's
Let's do it.
CEO,
Yeah,
he
let's do
he
it.
or she records him or herself standing there,
Yep. Send this
2 minute
out.
pitch on
Yep.
what their company does.
The elevator pitch. Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
No,
And then, they could be standing in the room with the investor pitching them like they're in person, like they're at a trade show. And that's just like the 1.0 version. I just came up with that off the top of my head, Barrington. Like we could
because that's
keep
what you
going.
do.
Yeah, that's
That's
what I
what you
do.
do.
Yeah, that app, once you get people in it and they start to use it, you could keep updating it, right? So the CEO, they come out with their quarterly earnings report or a new product, they do another record, and boom, boom, boom. Now all of a sudden, there's this, constant flow of information coming
Right.
from them, right? And then, hey, we got a new product we're launching. Send us the product, we ARitize it, it's in the app now. Hey, you know what? We just opened up a new cannabis facility, a new greenhouse. I know cannabis isn't in vogue right now, but I'm just throwing it out there. All they would do is go in with a 360 camera, which you could buy for under $500 these days, take a 360 video, send it to us. Again, we create a portal, put it in the app. Now the investor can walk into that greenhouse in their home 360 with their phone, looking around and really getting this full immersive experience that they could never get without our technology. So it's full on, Barrington. I could
See,
totally help you
I
guys.
we're also working for something. This is a little bit of a spoiler alert, which I'm not going to go into too much detail. We're working on something for the late summer, early fall. It involves traveling virtually, visiting virtually, some of our backbone industries and sectors. So I wanted to talk to you about that. I'll do that offline, but
Just get 360 video. That's all you need. 360 video, and we could transport anyone to anywhere.
done and done.
Yeah.
Um, well, we are definitely we're running out of time, and I don't want to get cut off or my phone power to die. Um, Evan, on behalf of the CSE, we want to thank you for not only just being on the exchange, but also being a shining example of some of the things that we can offer as a stock exchange. We do have tech stories, and
They
that
do.
we do, and from the beginning. And
Yeah.
like you said, we were there. We were there when you were a quarter, and we're
Yeah.
still here today.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
we're
CSE has
also
been good to us. I will say, I just want to jump in
yeah.
and give you guys props. As somebody who's been on Wall Street, for 30 years, the thing about the CSE is that they really think of you as one of them, not as, in other words, it's family. It's like, how can we help you? And that's, you guys are the exchange for entrepreneurs. that's not just words written down on a piece of paper. You actually and truly are. And it's very refreshing being an entrepreneur that you guys understand what it is to go on this journey, because it's this huge leap of faith, and to have people like this at the CSE supporting us, saying go, 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 is hugely, hugely valuable. And thank you guys
Well,
for supporting
sorry.
us and for forming. It really, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you guys. Seriously.
Well, we have it flows from the top down. We have a great board, very open management, and great people that work there. So we work for you. We work for all of our listed issuers and our potential issuers. So thank you again. Stay safe for you and your family. If you're catching just the tail end, this has been an interview under #finance on Instagram Live. Barrington Miller interviewing Evan Gappelberg, CEO of NexTech AR. Don't forget to subscribe. CSE_TV on YouTube. Canadian Exchange on Instagram. We're also on Facebook, LinkedIn, and all of those good things. So,
Yep. Thanks,
Evan,
Barrington.
thank you so much, and thanks for listening.
Sure. See you next time.